It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, two teams start fresh for their first game of the season, both squads believing. Tonight, it'll be the New Orleans Pelicans up against the Golden State Warriors at their home, Oracle Arena. Well, for Golden State, they're excited to be back out on the floor for game number 1 of the season, and I don't think anyone has doubts that they want to send a strong message tonight and tip off the new season with a win. And here we are, opening night of the new NBA season. Every club at this point can be optimistic. Some teams just looking to make the playoffs, others with...
And just before the game, the championship rings distributed to the players by NBA Commissioner Adam Silver. And a proud moment indeed for this team and their fans. Crowd here in Golden State's Oracle Arena, and we've been waiting for this day for a long time. It's opening day in the NBA. Thanks everyone for joining us here in the start of a new season. Joined in the booth with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. This is Kevin Harlan. It's all about the Western Conference. That's where the action is today as the Golden State Warriors get ready to battle. And the starting lineup for the Pelicans, Davis and Asik in the middle. Evans and Gordon are the guard set. And it's Pondexter in at the 3 slot. Golden State on D. Evans kicks to Davis. Screen by Asik. Davis, the pass to Pondexter. Evans dishes to Davis. 6 to shoot. 13 feet away. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. For so long, there has been this mindset that Golden State wins through offense. But their defense, Gia, you were talking about this, is where the true strength of this team lies.
I think that's what's really allowed them to separate when you look at the rest of the league. I mean, they led the league in opponents' field goal percentage last season. And some nights, the shots weren't falling, but the defense always showed up.
A nice shot by Pondexter.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
It's Curry with the drive, and you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
And how's that for a move? The killer crossover. It's a thing of beauty.
Early on last year, it was clear Steph Curry was just on another level. Was an MVP candidate right from the start of the season, and he would eventually be voted that award.
And I thought very deserving. You could see how he elevated his play, and so many of us, and so much talk focuses on what he does offensively. But he was ahead of the snake of a terrific defensive group for Golden State a season ago, and that's one reason why he ended up being the MVP.
Here's Curry after Tyreke Evans has scored. Barnes can't get it to go.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
To the middle. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Bogut. And Davis sends it back. And New Orleans pushing it up now. Throws it up high. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. And here we go with Curry running it up the court. Shot's good.
The defense to start and ignite that play was terrific. And I love the fact that they attacked early in the shot clock.
And really look for them now to be even more aggressive on the defensive side. Try to come up with a few more steals.
And with Curry winning his first NBA MVP award, he played the fewest minutes by an MVP in league history, mostly because his team was up by so much he got to sit a number of fourth quarters.
Davis sets a screen. Gordon kicks to Davis. That doesn't go either for Davis. Warriors leading by 4. Barnes passes to Thompson. Barnes against Gordon, and there's Barnes. That's good on the assist by Thompson. Barnes has got his second bucket.
And with Curry and the MVP, there was some pressure with Hart. Relatively close voting, but Curry was the clear winner. Hard to argue with the season he had, leading his team to 67 wins last year.
Warriors have gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. Over in the corner, Barnes. Banked in off the glass. Barnes has got 6.
And that's going to increase the field goal percentage even more. They are a huge edge in that category.
And that's because they've been playing smart basketball. I mean, they've been very patient offensively, and their shot selection has been superb.
I still can't believe that one didn't fall.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Well, Kevin, a moment ago, Steve Kerr and I were able to chat. He said that one player he's really wary of is Anthony Davis, adding he can impact the game in so many ways. Defense, shot blocking, rebounding, and scoring. He's still adding muscle, and we've got to capitalize on that strength advantage at both ends. Kevin, that's the MO for any young player. We'll see how he stands up to it.
All right, Doris, thank you very much.
They've worked hard and created great chances for themselves in this opening quarter.
And if they match that effort at the defensive end, watch out.
And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
They need to start taking care of the basketball. Careless play since the opening tip.
Have to make the simple play. I mean, already they've got 4 turnovers, and it's still early.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Spates checked in for Bogut. Iguodala comes in for Harrison Barnes. Leandro Barbosa is checked in for Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Curry. Ryan Anderson is checked in for New Orleans. Coles comes in for Quincy Pondexter. Now here is Barbosa. Just 5 to shoot. He dishes it to Spates. Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession. So for the Pelicans, Alexis Ajinça has checked in for Ashe. Cunningham comes in for Tyreke Evans. And it's Holiday in for Gordon. Pelicans trail by 8. And Holiday kicks to Cunningham. Here's the dish to Anderson. 9 feet out. Green with the block. And he recovers it. A nice shot by Anderson. Here is Livingston. We've got 1:55 left in the first quarter. Green kicks to Iguodala. Dishes it to Livingston. 6 on the shot clock. Green, the pass to Barbosa. Takes a 3. No good. Now New Orleans will take it the other way. 1:30 left here in the first quarter. Ajinça in the post, guarded by Spates, puts it up, and that one is good from Ajinça. Ajinça's got his first basket.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
It's like a running game in football. When you can pound the basketball inside, it also allows you to control a team's transition.
Well, last year, the Pelicans were a team on the rise, making the playoffs. A solid season overall, especially on the road. Really, they sent notice by what they did away from New Orleans.
Yeah, I mean, 17 road wins. I mean, you say to yourself, well, that doesn't sound great. But when you're a young, up-and-coming team, one of the things that you can really value is your ability to go into hostile environments and have success. They're going to be building on that confidence.
It's tipped. 58 seconds left to play here in the first. Here's Cole. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
As for the Pelicans on the road, I mean, they had the fewest road wins of all the West playoff teams. The franchise hasn't had a winning road record since 2009 when they were the Hornets.
And for the Pelicans and their road struggles last season, they are a younger team. It's a team built around a young superstar in Anthony Davis. So taking road lumps is just kind of part of that growing process.
And he gets it to go.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
Ajinça and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for two. It's going to be on Maurice Spates.
And what a first year it was for Steve Kerr and the Warriors. It was the best debut as a new coach ever. 67 wins. He also established a franchise win total in his first year.
And our old partner Steve Kerr also got a chance to coach the West All-Stars, and Greg, his record-setting debut season with the Golden State Warriors. Clark, he really hit a lot of big milestones early.
Well, none of us are surprised at his success.
No.
I mean, Steve will be the first to tell you it was because he was surrounded by excellent assistants. I mean, that's one of the underrated aspects of being a good coach is you've got to have a good staff, and Steve has that.
Excellent point. Green with the block. The court come the Warriors on the break. Iguodala's running. And New Orleans pushing it up now. Here's Cunningham. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and you could see right there why he does.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Warriors lead by 1. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. And one of the rising stars in the NBA is Anthony Davis. His offensive game is growing by leaps and bounds, and he talked about his area of focus.
A lot of face-up, like to do the one dribble pull-up. You like to do the one dribble, fade back off one leg. I haven't got there yet, but catching the ball at the elbow, catching the ball at the nail.
Well, I'll tell you, you could be here an awfully long time if we're going to list all the different moves Anthony Davis can hurt you.
Yeah, the brow definitely has the full toolkit available to him, and I say that affectionately. Tools a lot of guys don't learn to use until much later in their careers, Kevin.
And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for the Warriors.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steal.
And the other thing they've done well is they've run the shooters off their sweet spots. They've really closed out well and forced them to put the basketball on the floor.
On the court right now, second quarter for the Pelicans. Holiday at the 1 with Gordon at the 2. A shot-blocking pair of Davis and Ishak inside. And it's Evans in at the 3. Now here's Barnes. 6 points for him. And here's Iguodala outside, and he gets it to go. Iguodala's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And that's good stuff from him. Nice touch. And Iguodala knows just how deadly his teammates can be from outside, and he looks for them to get their shot before getting his own. I think this situation for him in Golden State's perfect for his skill set.
Here's Barnes. The Pelicans make their last shot. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Almost, but it rolls out. Evans goes in. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And it's Davis finishing it off.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And guys, mark that play right there, because that could be the one that leads to a surge to break this thing wide open.
Look at the metrics for it, Clark, and Iguodala is onto something. He just knows to look for the best team shots.
Yeah, he's got a really good basketball IQ, and I think it's his selflessness that allows him to tap into that, especially at the offensive end. Rarely forces situations offensively.
Guys, you gotta love the versatility of Klay Thompson. He provides so much at that two-guard position.
Well, he can defend three positions, Kevin. And offensively, he does everything you want done from the two-guard spot. He can play with or without the ball.
The Pelicans making a switch here. Babbitt's checked in.
And Thompson's certainly in the conversation for the best two-way shooting guard in basketball. There's really not much he doesn't do well.
Here's Davis. Another one falls for New Orleans.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Iguodala dishes to Bogut. Barnes up top. He's guarded by Davis. And Davis sends it back. And for the ball out of bounds, Davis touched it last. Quincy Pondexter. He's checked in for Omer Asher. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. A steal. And now, here comes Gordon leading the break. Nice shot by Evans.
Yeah, good-looking bounce pass to set up that one.
Warriors trail by 4.
And Thompson's much more active running the pick and roll lately. A great pocket passer, and of course, the defense has to stay glued to him because of that ability to knock down shots.
Now here's Evans on the wing. Davis. With the fadeaway. Another one falls for New Orleans.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
Curry kicks to Bogut, right wing. Screen by Bogut. That's a 2 from Barnes. Pelicans pull it in. Davis has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Gordon the pass to Davis. And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That's his first foul.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there. And really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Some changes for Golden State. Spates comes in for Andrew Bogut. And it's Draymond Green in for Andre Iguodala. Alexis Ajinça has checked in for the Pelicans. Now here's Gordon. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. And again, New Orleans has no luck.
A little ambitious on that possession, trying to hit a shot in the face of that defensive pressure.
Evans against Curry. Got it. Good job in the low post.
And you can see the defense broke down there, allowing him to get all the way to the hoop.
It was the season of destiny, and the Warriors certainly followed through. Clark, the best team in the league all year, and they finished the job beating the Cavs in the finals.
And they were on a mission from the get-go. They would become another team to win 65 games or more and win the final. Impressive work.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Leandro Barbosa is checked in for Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Curry. The Pelicans also changing it up. Ante Cunningham's checked in for Gordon. And it's Norris Cole in for Tyreke Evans.
And for the Warriors, they had tough opponents the whole way. I mean, the Pelicans, Grizzlies, and Rockets, they all put up fights. The Cavs in the finals were just as tough with LeBron, but the Warriors found a way to come through.
5 to shoot. There's Ajinça. His second shot goes in. Off to a good start. 2 for 2. Warriors trail by 5. pass to Barnes. Oh, took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top, but instead he'll shoot free throws.
And for the Warriors, it had been nearly 40 years, guys, since the franchise made it to the finals. They had a lot of pressure on them to win and finish things off, but they got it done and did it in emphatic fashion, winning on the road. The title solidified them as one of the all-time outstanding teams in NBA history.
Ryan Anderson, he's checked in for Luke Babbitt. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. While we have the time, let's take a look at last season's best transition teams. The Warriors, number 1.
Do they love to run? I mean, nobody did it better. They would get out in the lanes and push the ball even after makes.
Livingston kicks to Barnes. Here's Cole. The feed now to Cunningham. To the left side wing. Ajinça with it. Spates there. Tries again. And it's Spates with the rebound. Warriors trail by 3. Puts one up. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. When you think about Shaun Livingston, you think about the career that might have been an absolute rising star after being taken Clark 4th back in the 2004 draft.
Kevin, he was averaging over 5 assists a game as a teenager, and his shot was improving every year. Then the devastating knee injury. Just great to see him back playing basketball.
Golden State's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. On the wing, Green. The pass to Barnes. He's now made half of those 10 shots in the game. That's his 5th basket.
And getting back to Livingston, he's had comeback after comeback. I mean, each time he'd start to flash those unbelievable movement skills, he'd get injured again. It's a shame because he was on the path to becoming one of the game's great young point guards.
Guys back and forth this first half.
Well, 5 lead changes early on, guys, as we grapple back and forth.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
The Pelicans trail. And Cole kicks to Holiday. Anderson, a screen on Barbosa. Holiday dishes to Anderson. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
And for Livingston, last season with the Warriors was a dream. He got to back up Steph, so he got to play against second stringers, and we got to see flashes of his dominant traits again. What a happy ending for him.
The Warriors making a switch here. Iguodala's checked in, and New Orleans also making a change. Asik's checked in. Golden State moving it around. Count the bucket.
He has such a nice touch for a big man.
Yeah, and they've got to figure out a way to get a bigger body on him, because if they don't match up his size, then he's going to continue to work him over the rest of the game.
And here's Anderson for 3. Can't get it to go. And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. The Warriors on top, leading by just 1. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Yes, guys, I'm here with Anthony Davis. And Anthony, based on how the game has been going so far, what's your attitude going to be when you come out to play the second half?
So, we got to come out with a great intensity, and it starts in the warm-up. So, we got to come out with a great intensity, great mindset, and try to go out there and win the third quarter.
Anthony, thank you. Guys, it should be all business when you step between the lines.
Thank you for the great interview, Doris. We'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And an exciting time of the year as the first game of the regular Golden State found themselves in a close game in the first. At one point, they managed to push out ahead to an 8-point lead. The second quarter was dead even in terms of their scoring output for both teams, and they still find themselves in a good position at the half. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think?
I love the way they took care of the basketball. They displayed good patience, strong decision-making, sharp passing, all of it. This is why coaches say, make the right play, not the spectacular play. Well, unless the spectacular play is the right play, that's fine. But don't give away possession. That's the moral of the story.
And over to the big fella. Your thoughts on the Pelicans?
The big positive, I think, their points in the paint. They were determined to work the ball inside of Ernie. It worked. It's always worked. I got 4 rings. I know it works for a fact. That's why they call me Dr. O'Neal, because I'm a master at being dominant on the inside. Anyway, you got to keep that going, because that will continue to open things up for them on the perimeter.
That's going to do it for now, as the second half is just about ready to get started. We'll see you later.
The start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters.
Look at what Barnes has done so far. He has 12 points and 1 rebound.
And it's the Pelicans' ball. They get to take on the Blazers at Portland after this one. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, it's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson at the guard spots. The defensive stalwarts, Green and Bogut, are down low. And it's Barnes, and at the 3, the small forward. Here's Davis. Green with the block. Now Curry. To the inside. Here's Bogut. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Bogut's got the first points of the second half up on the board for the Warriors. And a minute played as the second half gets going. Davis. Yes, and a nice assist from Evans. And that's 12 points for Anthony Davis.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
To the inside, Bogut back up on top. Curry kicks to Green, passes to Curry. A floater, that's good. Curry's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
And Steph Curry, not just a superstar player, but one of the best contracts in basketball this year and next for under $24 million combined. And you can bet he's due for a major increase in pay when 2017 rolls around.
Davis setting the pick for Evans. Screen by Asik. Gordon the pass to Davis. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Davis has got 4 this quarter.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
You're right, Clark. Just continue to pound it in the paint and get those easy points inside.
Bogut dishes to Green. Anthony Davis with the rebound. Davis has got his 5th rebound in this one. Evans kicks to Davis, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run. And not even 3/4 out of the way. So many lead changes.
One heck of a game. I mean, guys, this has been outstanding in terms of the effort that both sides have been able to put on.
Looking over there, Greg, he's enjoying every second of it.
Yeah.
Listen, the fans, guys, are getting their money's worth. Heck, I should have paid to watch this one. It's been a nail biter.
Shot is off. Nice D from Bogut.
Usually, if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Kicks to Thompson for 3. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Thompson's got 5 now.
What are they thinking, leaving him with all that space out there? Do they not know? Have they not heard that this guy is unbelievable? That's a layup for him.
Yeah, you've got to make sure your feet are set when you set those screens, or they're going to call that on you.
Well, I thought maybe he was set. I know that's a difficult call to make, but I think they might have missed that one.
Looking who's out there now for the Pelicans. Alexis Ajinça has checked in for Asik, and it's Luke Babbitt in for Quincy Pondexter. And Davis throws it down.
And can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Golden State's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Here's Green. Nice spin off the left rim and in. He's got 9. The Pelicans have gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. Davis drives in, kicks it out to Gordon. Davis with a screen on Curry, and it's a defensive 3-second violation. The Pelicans have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6. And so he hits the technical free throw. You look at what Anthony Davis has accomplished so far in his career, the historic comparisons. I mean, they're mind-boggling. For a kid 23, Greg, the historic comparisons are very favorable for him.
I mean, he's been compared to a young KG and Duncan quite often. But in this first few seasons, his numbers look the most similar to Hakeem the Dream. And that's about as good a company as you can get.
The Warriors trailing. Outside Curry. He kicks it to Thompson. Spades with a screen on Gordon. It's Thompson off the drive. Just 4 to shoot. Golden State needs to get off a shot. On its way from Curry for 2. Used the shot fake to create the angle, but couldn't get it to fall.
The funny thing about Davis having similar numbers to Hakeem, he came very close last season putting up a quadruple-double. Hakeem was one of only 4 people to ever accomplish that. You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash-mouth basketball, guys.
All about imposing your will offensively, getting exactly the kind of looks that Coach drew up.
Spades the pass to Green. It's stolen by Davis. And now, here's Davis, the fast break opportunity. Breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for New Orleans.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
You know, adding on to that, you look at their block totals tonight, and you see how feisty they've been on the defensive end this game.
Iguodala dishes to Speights. They get a hand on it. It's stolen by Davis. It's 2-on-1. Jumps up. Hammers it in after taking it the length of the floor.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end. That's losing basketball.
Especially when you can't afford to give up any buckets. That's a nice lead now. You know, Davis might get a quadruple double at some point. Last season, he had 30 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 blocks on 4 different occasions. The rest of the NBA had a combined 0 in that category.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Steve Kerr was going over with his team. He told the team he wanted their offense to run through Green. Coach reminded them that he is supposed to be the key factor tonight, and he still wants to see that happen. Probably a good time to make some changes with a good chunk of the second half still to go, Kevin.
And thanks for that story, Doris.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think you got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
Davis against Green. Pass to Evans. Davis with a screen on Thompson. Evans kicks to Davis. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Iguodala's drive. He feeds it to Barbosa. Back to Iguodala. Holiday against Thompson. Misses with the tough leaning jump shot. New Orleans leading by 7. Here's Davis. Andre Iguodala comes up with the rebound. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kevin. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Omer Asher, he's checked in for the Pelicans. And it's the Warriors with the ball. Green with a screen on Holiday. It's Thompson off the drive. The pick gave him all the room he needed, and he knocks down the J.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Cole, the pass to Asher. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that. Agility leads to thievery there as he's got his hand in there to get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
And, Clark, that's been the story of this game so far. I mean, they can.
Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter of play should begin momentarily. Warriors trail by 9, so the Pelican 5 right now. Evans and Gordon are the guard set. Cunningham is out there with Omer Ashe, and it's Pondexter in at the 3 spot. Here's Barnes. Screen by Bogut. Inside, Iguodala. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Ashik's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
Hard work on the glass once again, fellas. They put a lot of effort into their rebound.
There's a reason why they have 3 seconds in the lane, and that interior play has made a big difference in this game. Well, last season, Quincy Pondexter was moved to the Pelicans. He really took off after the trade and played some of his best basketball to date.
Pondexter last year was very valuable after the trade. Career highs, Clark, in points and minutes played for him with the Pels.
Yeah, and you know, he showed he can really be a 3 and D guy. Shot over 40% from deep with the Pelicans and defended pretty much every position on the perimeter.
Here's Barnes. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Explosive leaping ability.
Oh, that was pretty. And he just has that, Clark, that effortless knack for getting inside.
And guys, how about how fearsome he is at times? I mean, you'd hate to be the guy tasked with guarding him.
Gordon goes in. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup. Gordon's got the lead up to 11 now for New Orleans. Curry against Evans. Curry is inside. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. Pelicans leading by 9. Evans dishes to Pondexter. They set the pick to the inside. Cunningham. Shot no good. Nice D from Bogut. Warriors have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Thompson misses. And here's New Orleans now. Evans inside. Curry meets him. Ashik with the bucket. And the Pelicans lead by 11.
They've shown effort and aggression in the paint right from the tip. Their rebounding edge is impressive.
And they're giving themselves extra possessions and have taken advantage of it. And that's critical. You can shoot a few lesser percentage if you're getting more opportunities at the rim.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Steve Kerr was going over with his team. He was not at all satisfied with their effort level, saying, we're losing the hustle plays and all the 50-50 balls. We simply can't win that way. We've got to get after it. Let's see how they respond, Kevin.
Anthony Davis, he's checked in for New Orleans. Now here's Barnes. Thompson for the triple. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got 9 rebounds now tonight.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
Warriors trail by 11. Iguodala outside. Screen by Bogut. Here's Here's Barnes. Drops one in from the wing. Barnes has got 4 this quarter. So it's the Pelicans now. Evans kicks to Pondexter. Davis, the pass to Gordon. Back to Davis. Fades. They grab their own miss. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. Guys, you want to talk about one tough guy? How about the Turkish hammer, Ashik? Tremendous rebounder. A space eater in the paint. So long.
That's a great way to describe him, Kevin. Last year he finished 4th in the league in rebounds per minute. Plus he's always lurking as a shot blocker.
He is. And Davis sends it back. And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here. Green, he's checked in for Andre Iguodala. Kicks to Bogut. Can't get it to go. Now New Orleans will take it the other way. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Warriors trail by 10. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Green, the screen. Bogut dishes to Thompson. Shot clock at 5. And the Warriors miss again.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Kicks it out to Evans. Feeds to Davis. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Well, you know, guys, it's really amazing just how quickly Anthony Davis has blossomed into stardom. You know, by age 21, he was arguably the best player in the game. At age 17, he only had 1 scholarship offer for college, and that was from Cleveland State to play point guard.
And in high school, Anthony Davis didn't play for a powerhouse. Perspectives Charter School, only around 200 kids.
Certainly not an NBA hotbed. They had him bring the ball up court and work in the post, much to his developmental benefit. A lot of losses, but he said that it made him a better leader dealing with that adversity.
You know, I think he just wants to tinker with the game plan a little bit, and I think that's a wise timeout.
And part of it, too, Greg, was he saw some things going on out there that he didn't care for.
New Orleans leading by 8. Outside Gordon. Outside Davis. No good. Nice D from Bogut. Golden State's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Curry kicks to Thompson. Screen by Bogut. Thompson passes to Bogut. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in.
You know, it's really going to be all about hard work from this point on. And they worked hard to create that high-quality shot right there.
No question. That's their goal down the stretch here. I think finding those close-range rhythm shots.
And Davis can't get it to go.
The fadeaway was the right shot there because it got his attempt away from the defender, but the touch was poor.
Green dishes to Bogut. That's it, and the Pelican lead is cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Green.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
They get that one, but guys, on the night, that's been the problem, securing the ball.
They've been out-hustled. At this point, hard to see them recovering from that.
And he gets it to go. And that's 12 points for Klay Thompson.
And they'll be counting on even more points from him. That's essential if they're going to pull this game.
Davis with a screen on Curry. Gordon kicks to Davis. And a little hot that time, but it drops. Davis has got 28 points for the game. a timeout called by Golden State. They're behind by 4. There's 1:17 left in the fourth quarter. There's 1:17 left here in the fourth quarter. Curry passes to Thompson. Baseline J on the way. Anthony Davis with the rebound.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Curry dishes to Thompson. Again, the miss by Thompson. Here are the Pelicans with the ball. They've led by as many as 11 points.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
Timeout called the Warriors. They're trailing by 6. 41 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Loose and stolen by Gordon, and that's an intentional foul. Here's Davis, and he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
And if you thought this game was over already, you're probably right.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, it's staring us right in the face, and we've been around long enough to know when a game is over, and this one is in that category.
Here's Curry with the 3. It's stolen by Davis. Poke loose.
Not sure there's anything they can do to salvage this one.
Not anymore. I mean, any chance they had got away from them, slipped right out of their hand.
So we see the Pelicans get the win here. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Congratulations, Anthony. You're so composed, but this has got to be a great win for this team and something to be excited about.
It is exciting. It was a big win for us. That was a big win, especially we were down early. In the first half, we came out with a lot of energy second half and fought back and got the win.
It took some toughness, but you did it. Anthony, thank you. Guys?
All right, Doris, thank you. And that about does it for the first game of the new NBA season. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in. Now we'll head over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson, who's not too far away. EJ?
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaq and the Jet as we present our Jordan play. Anthony Davis. He found his rhythm in the second half, and there was no stopping him then. He was locked and loaded.
Well, everyone wanted to come play hard tonight, but I thought the job he did was remarkable. The defending champs do not go down easily. It was an impressive performance to beat them tonight. I must say I'm very impressed. But he kept at it, both ends of the floor, shouldering the scoring load. He was on his game.
Well, getting up over the 30-point barrier is never easy under any circumstances. He tore holes in the defense. They couldn't figure out what to do with it. Every play they ran for him, he executed it nearly perfectly.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.